I've always believed certain places absorb energy, not just haunted castles or graveyards, but places where a lot of people pass through. Airports, train stations, hotels, especially hotel rooms. See, I used to work night security at one of the poshiest hotels in Dublin City. 5 stars, marble floors, high-end ceilings, that kind of place. You'd think nothing dark could touch it. But let me tell you, money doesn't stop the weird shit from creeping in. It started around 2:17 a.m. I remember because I was mid-yawn flipping through the camera feeds when the front desk patched a call through the security. A man's voice, panicked and breathless. My wife's in the bath. I think she's not breathing. I snapped upright. Me and this other guard, Mark, rushed to room 237 on the 8th floor. The hallway was dead quiet. The kind of quiet that feels wrong. Like the building itself is holding its breath. We pushed in. The guy was pacing around, soaked from the waist down. The bathroom door was wide open. I'll never unsee that moment. She was in the tub, completely still. Water up to her shoulders, her eyes open but not seeing. We dragged her out, tried CPR. I was counting the compressions under my breath while Mark gave her air. Her skin was cold, like not just chilly, cold, like touching stone. I knew it was too late, but we had to try. Police arrived within minutes. The moment they stepped in, they told us to stop. One of the officers pulled me aside and quietly said, "She's been gone a while, couple of hours at least." The husband told them they argued earlier. He stormed out, came back and saw her in the bath, assumed she was just soaking, and went back to bed. Said he only got suspicious when she didn't join him. No obvious signs of violence, no water overflow, no witnesses. They couldn't charge him, but between us, staff, and cops, even the paramedics, we all felt it. That gut pull, that something was off. He checked out the next morning. Quiet, calm, not a single tear. Room 237 was locked off for weeks. Housekeeping deep cleaned every inch. Management said, accidents happen, life moves on. They reopened the room like nothing happened. No priest, no sage, no nothing. Just fresh linens and a new bar of soap. The first person to stay in that room after the deaths was this woman named Liz. She was a regular, a corporate client, and stayed at least once a month. She always asked for the high floor room. She got 237 without knowing a damn thing. Next morning at 6:50, she was at the front desk with her suitcase with this look like she'd seen hell. I was walking past when she said loud enough for the guests to hear,
That room is haunted. I didn't sleep a second. Something is wrong with it.
she said she kept hearing dripping water all night, not just from the bathroom, like it was coming from the walls. At 3 a.m., the taps in the bathtub turned on by themselves, full blast. She walked in and turned them off, soaked her slippers. Then 5 minutes later, the shower started. She swore she hadn't touched anything. She said she kept smelling something, like something floral, like old roses, but rotten, like death wearing perfume. We offered her another room. She refused. She said she was checking out for good. Never came back. After that, 237 got a reputation internally. The guests kept requesting room changes after one night. Some didn't even last that long. There was this German businessman who called at 1:03 a.m. whispering like he didn't want someone to hear. I think someone's in my bathroom. I asked if he saw anything. No, he said, but someone is coughing. A wet cough. I went up. The bathroom was empty, but the floor was damp. Towels, towels were crumpled in the corner. The toilet had been used, seat up, water moving like it had just been flushed. The guy hadn't gone in all night. He checked out the next morning without breakfast. A honeymoon couple would stay there once. The woman came down at 4:12 a.m. in her pajamas, crying. She said she saw a pale woman standing at the foot of the bed, dripping wet, not moving, just staring. Her husband didn't see anything, but he confirmed the room temperature dropped 10 degrees in minutes. I checked the thermostat. It was set to 223 Celsius. The room was at 14. No windows were open. I started dreading that room. Even walking past it gave me the tightness in my chest, like I was being watched. I'd make rounds and literally speed walk past it. Once, I was reviewing a CCTV camera around 2:20, same time the original call had come in, and I saw something weird. The hallway camera outside 237 glitched, just for a second, but when I paused and zoomed in, there was a shadow, not a person, not a, just a shape, outside the door, like someone was standing there, pressed against it. I replayed it hundreds of times. Mark saw it too. It's probably a compression error, he said, but his voice shook when he said it. Management refused to shut that room down. We said we'd get sued if we told the guests. Unless you see anything tangible, it's just a superstition. So we kept assigning the room, but we started calling it the bathtub room behind closed doors. The cleaners hated it. They'd go in pairs even when nothing moved. The mirror always fogged up on its own. Once, one of the maids, Rosa, swore she saw the words, "Don't leave me," written in the steam, but when she called her coworker over, it vanished. Guests who stayed in the room more than one night always complained of water sounds, dripping, running, gurgling, sometimes crying. One guy swore his sheets were damp every morning, like someone had gotten in the bed wet. Then came the worst night, 3:08 a.m. We got a call from room 237. The guest was an old man, solo traveler, very logical and composed. Someone knocked on my bathroom door from the inside, not once, but 3 times. I sprinted up. When I opened the door, the room was empty, but the lights in the bathroom were flickering. Not just flickering, buzzing. The bathtub faucet was trickling just enough to hear. When I noticed it, there was water, not just in the tub, it was on the floor, in a straight line, like footprints leading from the bath to the bed. But no one had walked, no one had opened the door. I put my resignation a week later. Mark lasted a month more. He said he heard a woman humming in the elevator when he was alone. Hummed the same tune for the 3 floors. When the doors opened, no one was there. Room 237 is open, as far as I know. They just keep painting over the mold and turning the mattress. But something lives there. And or maybe something different left. Not every hotel room starts off haunted. Some of them become haunted. And I was there when it happened.